Hi, guys. Welcome to today's reading on Who Are They Really? This is about who they are behind the mask or whatever front that they put on. So for group one, we have Larimar and Manifestation Vortex. Group two is this white crystal from the Sahara Desert, and Metamorphosis. For group three, I think this is a record keeper quartz. But that's what that is, and it's personal responsibility. And for group four, this light blue crystal, again from the Sahara, and spiritual acceleration. So I will let you guys select your pile, and I'll leave the timestamps in the description below. Okay, group one, those of you who picked this Larimar and Manifestation Vortex, this is your reading on who are they really, the person behind the mask or the front that they put on. Okay, so yeah, so two sort of different energies going on, obviously. So there's pride here and the Eight of Cups. And I'm getting with this person, this is behind the scenes, right? So they tend to walk away from things, and I think it comes from a sense of pride about themselves, but in a way that it's like they're too proud to I want to say fight for something, you know? Here we have accept the Tao. So this is really just kind of about, going with the flow of life. Nothing is good or bad, or just, but I'm getting it in a way of indifference, Um, like they come across very indifferent. Um, Even in situations that I feel could be high stress or yeah, high stress emotionally, right? That's what I'm getting with Larimar as well. I know that it's good for calming and de-stressing and things like that. So I just get the sense that they just go straight into this mode of, okay, I've accepted that this is what it is, and maybe now it's time to move on. It's like they're very quick to want to walk away from something, um, especially if they feel like they don't even put in the effort with this Six of Wands in reverse to make something work. There's a level of arrogance and pride that goes with this. It's not necessarily arrogance. The reason why I say arrogance is like they want to put on this front of being really at peace with things. Being the person who accepts life on life's terms, and it is what it is, that sort of mindset. um but beneath it, it's more like, here we have earth magic, fearlessness, removing obstacles, in reverse. So I'm getting this fear of wanting to try, wanting to fix things, wanting to put in their best effort. Here we have it's never too late for a second chance in reverse. So maybe even times where maybe they screw something up or something doesn't go their way, something's not successful, they're very quick to want to give up on it and just be like, all right, well, it wasn't in the cards for me today. That didn't work out. I accept it. Meanwhile, they could have made the effort to make it work, to think that there's another go at this. Um, yeah, to find the balance. Like here with compromise, it's like, yes, you can accept life on life's terms and take things for what they are, but it shouldn't mean that you should necessarily walk away or give up just because, the going gets tough. And I think, like I said, they do that because there is this sense of pride. And I don't want to use the word arrogance, but um, there's some people who don't want to appear weak or don't want to appear like they tried and it didn't work out. that they really cared about something and it didn't go according to the level of effort that they put into it. So that's sort of what I'm getting with this person, and with meditate and contemplate in reverse. I, I'm getting that they haven't even they don't really even put in the time to sort of sit with something before they, go into that acceptance mode. And I say that because here we have the Champion of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. And in reverse, I'm getting it to mean that somebody who's just kind of quick to move on to the next thing. Um, because they can't sort of sit with the discomfort of something not being fully what they want it to be right now in this moment, right? So I'm getting with this manifestation vortex is like, I don't know, it's like they want things to happen right away. They want things to happen right away. And if it doesn't, they think that that's it. It wasn't meant for me. It wasn't supposed to work out. This is not going to be successful. It's kind of, I don't want to call this cowardly because it kind of goes against the idea of being proud. Um, but it's kinda like that. It's like sometimes being too prideful is really, being cowardly to want to actually confront something or to face something or to try again or to, let your guard down, to say that you've cared, say that you put in your best effort, say that you've done everything that you could possibly do before you let go and walk away from something, you know? So I'm really getting that with this person. um, they try to portray themselves as somebody who is very easygoing and very accepting of how life is. Like, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. It's very indifferent. And it could seem sometimes like how could this person just walk away now? Um, you know, Like, cause it could be really high stakes. Like, I feel like with this Larimar, I'm getting something being, like, really emotionally, like, high stakes, And they can just walk away from it and just be okay with it outwardly. Um, but it's like, they're not actually okay with it. But I'm almost getting, like, a thing of they try to convince themselves that they are okay with it, with this pride. Um And in convincing themselves, um, it'll be like, "Oh, there was too many obstacles. Um, I tried that once, it didn't work out. I'm not gonna try it again." Um, you know? It almost feels like they don't wanna be hurt as well. Um, and it's just kind of making me think of, with manifestation right here. Like, even when you're like, you know how people will talk about, manifestation, "I'm gonna manifest this," and, um, I don't know, sometimes when people say it, I kind of feel like it sounds so easy, to just sort of wish something into existence, but in reality, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work and a lot of perseverance and a lot of obstacles and things to get from point A to point B. Um, and it's almost like this philosophy that this person has that things should sort of happen naturally, or here there is no effort required to accept the Tao, the way to live. When they hear of it, skeptics will laugh in their arrogance and fear of it. Others will regard it with suspicion, even though they may see reason in it. Deep thinkers will understand and accept the Tao immediately and will resonate powerfully with it. After all, it is the natural order of things. Yeah, so they think that things are supposed to be effortless. Um, and it's not even it's like they want it to be effortless. You know, it's like some people wanna make things look like it was so easy, um, for them, like, I don't know, I'm getting this, like, example of an athlete or somebody that wants to portray that something was, a natural born talent, like, they didn't even have to practice, they didn't even have to try, or they want things to appear like there was not much effort, it just sorta came to me and, it just, you know, I manifested this. Um, it's also giving to me, like, somebody who when you start to work on something or you start to do something, like, you're not gonna be good at it. And that's part of learning. It can be kind of embarrassing to learn to do something. Say you're learning to do some type of dance. You're going to look kind of foolish, or it's a little bit awkward, or whatever. But it could be fun. But some people have a hard time not being great at something right away. And I'm getting that with the pride thing. It's like, well, this should come naturally to me. This should come easily. If it doesn't, then it's not for me. There's no effort required to accept the Tao. Like, I feel like they hide behind this, like, philosophy, but really it's just sort of like a prideful thing where they don't want to, um, appear as though, um, they had to work so hard or put in so much effort because it is, like, an emotionally taxing thing for them. Um, it's like stings at their pride. Like, I'm remembering somebody now who would ask, like, English as a second language person, and they would ask me to help them review certain things, and I would help them out with it, and I thought that, in helping them out, I would try to explain the changes that I was making and why. And I remember they got really offended and they went into this whole thing about, you know, you're talking down to me because you think you know something that I don't. Well, I speak this many languages. How many languages do you speak? And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, they're really struggling to accept that they're not good at something. And this is likely why, they're not they're, like, resistant. They're, like, resistant to learning. So anyways, they'd rather just walk away if they feel like they're not good at something with the 6 of Wands in reverse. It's sort of like a reckless, emotional, I call it reckless, but it's it's done when I say reckless, I think it's just something that comes in really quickly, and then this feeling that comes in really quickly where they're like, no, that affects my pride, like, sort of thing. So, anyways, that's what I'm getting with them about that's who they are, like, behind the mask, is that they're just somebody who I think their pride sort of takes hits when things don't, materialize or manifest as easily or as quickly, and they have difficulty to show that they're struggling with something. They think that, no effort is required. Um, and they're not willing to compromise on that with compromise right here. It's just this is what it is, and I'm at peace with it. And that is the outwardly look of what that is. So that is the reading for group one. If you like this reading, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, hi group two. Those of you who picked this white crystal, this is your reading on who this person really is behind the mask or behind the front that they put on. Um, we have yes right here. And with Metamorphosis, which is the card that you guys selected, I'm getting a yes person. That this person is a yes person. Um, it's like they can kind of camouflage into what someone else wants them to be, you know? Um, and with this crystal too, I don't exactly know what what it is, or it's like there's something unknown. And with starfish and intuition in reverse, like I know that starfishes don't have brains. They just sort of like, you know, jellyfish around using, I don't even know exactly, but it's sort of more of an intuitive movement versus like a brain conscious uh thing. So I I don't know, I just feel this feeling of like where is your brain at? Like do you not think for yourself kind of thing? Because they are so agreeable with this two of cups right here. I think they really value connections, and they're very like chameleon like. So that is, I guess, how they present themselves on the outside. um and this is, with here, bravely market your magic, like that is how they market themselves. And I'm also getting like an energy drain as well, with this cane and life force energy. There's some a force energy that is also being drained. um I want to say by their presence, like, um I guess the reason why I'm saying that, because here we have Army of Life, ask for help, seek support, you are not alone. Maybe this person behind the scenes doesn't really know how else to work together, or to how else to get their needs met, or ask for support, or anything like that, because, ants work together. There's always a bunch of them together. I I just see them as feeling really small on the inside, like really small, needing help, needing support, um, very needy. I'm getting a really needy type of energy, because we're humans, we're not ants. Like there's a level of independence that comes with being human. I mean, obviously we do depend on other people for support, but I don't know, I feel like on behind the scenes, behind whatever front that they put forward, which is one that is more agreeable and very much a yes person, there's a neediness in who they are, or a feeling of like being insignificant, or feeling like they need people for things to work. um Here we have let your fears dissolve, earth magic in reverse, fearlessness, removing obstacles, um and then bravely market your magic. Yeah, so I really do get like a fear of being independent with this magician right here. It's like a fear of not having the resources, not having the things, not having the people that they need. I'm just getting this type of person who wants to have a lot of people in their network, with marketing themselves. Like they are more confident. I'm getting somebody who is, I and now I'm seeing the sun of someone is who is comes across really confident, and really puts in an effort to, grow their network, to brand themselves a certain way, just very charismatic, very pulling people in, very agreeable, very chameleon like, because they want to build, or it's not even build something necessarily. It could be in some cases build something, but it's also about like getting the support that they need, you know. And I think a lot of that, I have to say, low self-esteem with face your fears and removing obstacles. Like maybe they don't feel like they're able to do things, or confront things, or figure out things on their own. Like I said, they don't have the resources or the tools, or look, it's so funny and cute. Like there's a little monkey here, you know. I'm getting also too that it's not just that they're yes people, they're also looking for people to do their bidding, to do their work. Um, like someone that they can mold and train, to do stuff for them, you know? Like, it's so weird because I'm getting like two sides of it. So it's like they come off really independent and charismatic and very agreeable and very social. But it comes from the fact that they feel like they need an army of people in order for them to build or to get the support or to create whatever it is. So they put themselves out there, they market themselves as a really strong willed, confident type of person, but really it comes from like a fear of being unable or incapable of doing it on their own. It's like there's a lack of independence with them. So there's a very strong dependency sort of vibe. But then at the same time, it's like through that, it's like they're recruiting other people who they feel are like trainable to do things for them, like, or to fit into what they want to get done. And this is also where I get this thing with this starfish of like, where's your brain at? Like, um, you know, where they kind of want to be a mastermind, um, and get people to just do as they say. It's so weird because it just kind of keeps flip-flopping between who they are on the outside and who they are on the inside, but then who they are on the inside is who they're seeking out on the outside. Like, do you guys get what I'm trying to say? It sounds so freaking weird. Um, it sounds really weird. And of course, with this Queen of Swords in reverse, like they'll never come out and say, you know, I heard teamwork works makes the dream work. Like that's the sort of catchphrase that they have is like, we need to be a team. We need to do this together. We can do bigger things. And like they want to be sort of the head of all that. And they'll just go around agreeing with people and stuff like that to bring them on board. But but yeah, that's how they view it, but really it's because I just heard, they can't do shit by themselves. I don't think they're capable of doing things by themselves. I um and they may use tactics, I want to say with this emperor in reverse, um, to get people to help them. And I'm getting it like the tactics are very situationally based. Like it depends on the situation, like, they can morph into whoever, to get what they want done or to get the support they need. Um, they can morph into whoever they need to be. Um, yeah, I mean, that's kinda who they are in the inside, like, they're kind of afraid to or they don't feel capable of doing things on their own. So they're kinda like yes people, but they're also charismatic and, all these things on the outside. I really think from the outside, you would never guess, um, that this person cannot do much of anything on their own. They literally are like an ant in the world that needs a whole colony of ants to move a little piece of cheese or something, like move any like to, it's like a teamwork situation. I just don't feel like they're I don't want to say a whole person. Um they are obviously a whole person, but it's like they don't have like I feel like their life skills are social skills. That is their life skills. Um like I don't think they'd be able to do a lot of things, practical things on their own. Um their skill set is a social skill set of how to connect with people, how to market themselves, how to get the things that they sort of want through those sorts of means. And it's an indirect method. It's an indirect method. It's not in a way to come out and say, "Hey, I really need your help and I need your support and I can't do this on my own." It's not done in that way. It's done in a roundabout way, you know? um, because that's part of um, the shtick or the spiel or like the thing that they have going is that like they're the leader and they're the boss and they're the confident one and they can do all the marketing. Yeah, I'm thinking even now of a marketing team for a company. Their job is just to promote, they're not the people who are in the back doing the work, building the products, designing the products, building the systems, doing the accounting, doing like their job is what is the best way to put this out there to draw people in and that. And there's nothing wrong, when I say marketing in a company, there's nothing wrong with having a marketing team. I mean, it's still a useful thing, but in the case of them in this scenario, I'm getting it as this is their life. Like their life is being the PR, the promotional, the marketing type of person, um, the salesperson. Like they're salespeople. They can sell you something, but they're not able to have any input into um, creating, delivering, doing any of that. They'll go to someone else to be able to do that, and that's why I'm saying their strongest skill is a social skill. And you know, I mean, I don't want to talk down on this person, but this is literally how they feel on the inside. With this starfish in reverse, like again, I'm getting somebody who like something where it doesn't require brains. Um, and I think that they're aware that their skill set, like they're not the sharpest tool in the shed. Even though they want to recruit people to work for them. You know what I mean? Like they want to get other people to do the work for them. Um, because they know that they're not the smartest and they're not able to do things on their own. Um, so it's like a very polar opposite type of energy with this sun and the moon. So anyways, that's the type of person that we're talking about here. Someone who knows that or deep down or behind the front knows that they're kind of not the smartest, and that they're not able to do things on their own. Although they do portray themselves as somebody who's very capable and competent and has all the resources and makes things happen and stuff like that. And like I said, they use all these different tactics in order to bring people on board, and they come across as yes people, even like someone who can just promise things and have no legitimate plan to make it happen, and then, um, have someone else step in to do the work, for them, sort of thing. So, yeah. So, anyways, that is your reading, group 2. I hope it was helpful. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Okay, hi group 3. Those of you who picked this record keeper necklace, this is your reading on who are they really, behind the mask, behind the front that they put on. So I'll just start by saying, as I was pulling out the cards, I just had this feeling of, like I don't even want to do this reading, and this feeling of just being annoyed. And I was getting the annoyance from the cards. I feel that you you guys are find this person annoying in some way, definitely. I'll explain why. First of all, this person really likes you. This is what I'm getting with this necklace. I never really feel drawn ever to pull out a piece of jewelry. I feel that this person really likes you. Maybe they give you gifts, maybe they don't. But there is definitely a spark with this Ace of Wands or something that they have or desire for you. Um, I'm getting this as a sexual thing with pleasure in reverse. And this is obviously one of the things that is behind the scenes in this reading when I say like, behind the mask, or, behind the front that they put on. There is desire for you, sexual desire, interest. I think that you have a problem with it. That's what I'm getting with this number 41. It's like there's a problem with it, you know, with the annoyance factor that I'm getting. Um, and I think maybe because you can sense that there is this hidden desire, even with the King of Fire, the King of Wands right here. It can be a very, charismatic, sort of sexual. I'm taking it, and it says charismatic. Like, I'm getting it from more of a sexual vibe right there. And this is all, behind the scenes. Um what's going on with them, right? So if you get annoyed by them, if you feel like they're giving you gifts, or they're some secret admiration or sexual energy that maybe you don't necessarily like, or maybe you feel it's too much. I'm getting a feeling of this person is too much on the outside. It's too much. um and when I say too much, I'm getting, because this is like the record keeper. I don't even remember, but it's it's something of a more, I want to say, higher, um like the higher realms, like more spiritual type of stone. Don't quote me on that, but I'm getting that this person is a very spiritual person, to a point where it's almost, I don't want to call it comical, but it's over the top. I feel that it's over the top. um Maybe even their admiration for you is over the top. Like, here, like, you're ready, I'm offering you something, kind of thing. And then, you know, it's this whole progression. Here we have seed of the heart. So it starts with a seed, it's like having a baby, all right? There's the seed, the sperm, right? And then here we have this fetus in the womb. Okay. And then here we have the bloom, like the opening, something coming out, something blossoming. And the reason why I say I feel like this person's head is in the clouds, um, I don't know if they're dreaming of this sort of thing where it's like they like you, they want to have a kid with you. It doesn't even have to be a kid. I'm just getting this as like a way of like how they think. It's very head up in the clowns. The clowns. See, I just said clowns. I meant clouds, but it's sort of clownish when I say it's over the top. And it's like so out of this world, where here it says God finds a way. So we know that God does find ways. But I'm taking it as being someone who is so, um I don't want to say delusional, but it's very disconnected from reality. Here we have celestial alignment. Um, but yeah, there's a problem with this. There's a problem with this. I think that you're experiencing a problem with this. I think that um they this is also another factor. I think that they put, maybe you're a spiritual person too. I mean, here you are watching a tarot reading, so there is some element of spirituality with you as well. And I think that this person is presenting themselves also as a spiritual type of person who is very much, I want to say this is extreme. It's like a head in the clouds sort of thing, and is using that as a front to pursue you, um, because there is some desire, like sexual desire, interest, in you. Um, yeah. And I'm not saying they're faking it. Here it says, seed the light, again, seed the light by staying grounded. Um, like, this person is not grounded. I think they are a little bit, like, maybe they're outwardly liking you, or sorry, inwardly. having some type of desire, sexual or whatever, towards you, and presenting themselves in a way of being very spiritual, in a way to get closer to you, or see here, bring themselves into alignment with you, um, to sort of show you, like, with this, you're ready in the bloom. It's like, this is like when something's ready to bloom. It's like they're waiting for the right moment, for the right time. Here it says right time. I was right about to say right time. And with harvest, it's all about timing. It's like they're waiting for the right time to pounce. Like, I just got a quick pounce. So yeah, and it's sexual. It's a sexual thing beneath um the scenes. Um yeah, and I'm just wondering here, like, where does personal responsibility come into this? Uh, you know, like, what I say about being over the top is, and a little too head in the clouds, is sometimes when people are more like that, like, they don't necessarily take personal responsibility um for their lives. Like, this is the type of person, it's reminding me of something now. This is the type of person who, like, I had someone say this to me the other day, and it was such a turnoff. When somebody's like complimenting you in a sexual way, continuously, to a point where it's annoying, and you kind of let them know, okay, like, you can tone it down a bit, like, it's becoming a bit much, and then they'll say, oh, but I can't help it, I'm so attracted to you, or I'm so this and I'm so that, like, not taking responsibility, making it sound like they're incapable of controlling themselves. That's sort of the feeling that I get with somebody having their heads in the clouds. Like, you know, you still have to be, like, grounded. Um like, it doesn't matter what you think or you feel, like, you're still, like, in real life, where certain things are inappropriate, certain things don't work like that. Um so there's like this disconnect with this person. And part of it is, I want to say, a fakery. Um like, again, this is very much their head is in the clouds. But anyways, I don't want to keep repeating the same thing. Obviously, this person really likes you, has a strong desire for you, is waiting for the right time for them to fully make their move, waiting for, the right time where you really open up to them. But right now I feel like they're just planting seeds and they're wanting things to grow with you. And they're sort of hiding a little bit behind this spirituality sort of thing, where it can come across a little bit over the top, and they may try to push certain boundaries and not take personal responsibility for their actions, and kind of like, you know associating it, or connecting it to either their strong attraction to you, either their feeling like, oh, like, we're meant to be together, like, I had this dream, and all this sort of, um I don't want to call it imaginary, like, I mean, the reason why I want to call it imaginary is because it's a little bit over the top. It's very much over the top. So um anyways, that's sort of like who they are behind the scenes, or it's not even who they are, it's the front. This reading is more the front, of, or what's behind the front, um yeah, that's what's behind the front. They are portraying themselves as this super highly spiritual type of person. Maybe they are in a little bit, but they're taking it over the top in a way to connect with you. They're planting the seeds, and waiting for the right time to pounce, and hopefully they're thinking by then you guys will be in alignment, everything will be all well, and they'll shoot their shot. And that's sort of what's going on here. If you do feel annoyed by them, I'm sure you do, because it is over the top. And just know, like, they should take responsibility for whatever they do, especially if it starts to come across sexual, or it starts to come across like, oh, I can't help this and I can't help that. You know, they need to be taking responsibilities for their behavior and their actions towards you. Because I feel even here, look at this. I'm like, they're gonna eat you up. um, it kinda sounded sexual too, but it's a little bit vicious. It's a little bit, it's like they're gonna eat you. It's sexual, but it's a little bit, again, over the top. Like, this person is over the top. Um, yeah, and then I feel like this is you here in the womb, just sort of like this peaceful spiritual person, and this person's, like, encircling you. Um and then they're gonna make their way to the middle to eat you up. Sexually, of course. All right, well, that's the reading, group 3. If you like this reading, please leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, hi, group 4. Those of you who picked this blue crystal, and Michael, spiritual acceleration. This is your reading on who are they, and I almost forgot. Like, I almost forgot what this reading is about. Who are they really, and who are they behind the mask and the front that they put on? Okay. I lost my train of thought. You know what? When I was laying out the cards, I had such a happy um feeling of like being at, it's almost like a loss for words. So this is a really, really sweet reading. Um, I feel also this is definitely a love reading for sure. I almost don't even want to talk about it. Okay, I'll just get into it. So here we have sweet success. We have these penguins, they're so sweet. I'm just getting such a sweet feeling from this person, and I just want to say their intentions are really good. So with second bloom right here, a second chance, it's never too late, new possibilities, and then we have the sun right below it. And with this, I feel like this person is definitely somebody who you've been with before. It's definitely romantic. I see her holding her stomach, and I'm feeling like a pregnancy, or like just this love connection, even with the penguins. I'm thinking of on Friends, with Phoebe, and she's like, "Oh, you're my penguin," and penguins mate for life. I think they're very loyal like that. If they lose their partner, they don't find a new one. So they're mates for life. So with this person, I'm getting that this is somebody with love right here too. It's somebody that you loved, or they loved you, or you guys were in a relationship, and it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Because now it's the second bloom, and it's something that's unexpected. The second bloom is it's another bloom in the season. Um, and I'm getting that they with Michael right here, you were experiencing spiritual upgrades, move forward. It was like you guys went through a separation where you had to part ways for the reasons that you did, and then now there's like a coming back, or this person's trying to re-enter back quickly with this Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. So they're coming in really quickly, and I feel like there's a level of, with this queen in reverse, uh becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. I think that was a quality of theirs prior to upgrading themselves, having an arrogance, having, and you know what, group 2 like is probably a reading that you may want to check out, because I was thinking group 2 right when I started this. I was actually going to say group 2, and I think it does tie into this arrogance, or this controlling sort of charismatic type of person who kind of puts themselves out there, and just kind of, it's, there's nothing wrong to be confident, but someone that likes to call the shots. And I um feel with this person, they put themselves out there in a way where they want to be, the authority, the person who calls the shots, the person who takes the lead in the relationship. and maybe there was conflict around that. Who knows? Who knows what it was? But there's definitely a point where you or them have had to upgrade yourself. So, anyways, the way that they're portraying themselves now, I think they are coming in like the sun in this love card, like a lot more loving, a lot more positive, in how they communicate with you. I'm getting with Michael and the sun, it's like they're communicating with you a lot more gentle, a lot more sweet, um, and a lot more positive. Maybe they weren't so positive in the past. Maybe they were a little bit harsh with their words, or their critiques of you, in the past. So they're coming in a really sweet way, um, to sort of like bring your life, you know, bring more like love or life to your life. With alive, it's just like more just love and life in your life. And that's how they're communicating with you, in a way that feels more like there's more vitality, there's more sweetness, there's more goodness in your life. Like that's how they want to make you feel. So anyways, they're just coming in that really positive approach. And you know this isn't so much a reading about who are they behind the mask. This is more of you know who they are behind the front that they're putting on. And so they're putting on this front of being really loving and positive and supportive and treating you in a sweet and gentle way. But behind that, I'm getting with this second bloom, like I kept feeling like they are working towards an outcome. I felt like this was going to be like a proposal. Here we see diamond light activation. I'm thinking of a diamond or a proposal. I get that with also this Nine of Vessels. So this is the Nine of Cups. Like so many different offerings. Like they want to be able to offer you so many things. So it doesn't necessarily, for some, it's going to be an engagement, a second time around. This is again more sweetness. If you see, these are all fruits that are here. Maybe they just again they want to be able to offer you so many things so you can like take a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit whatever and have this plate for yourself, right? Um, so that's what's going on. Like, I think that they're working really hard to, and I just got group one right now. It's so funny because here is the Tao. That was in group one. And this is the opposite of group one. I'm getting this is the opposite of group one. Like this person, okay, this is what I'm getting. This person started off in group one, and then now it's more like they're in group four. Before they were more go with the flow, let things be. I'm not gonna, do anything. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work, right? But now they came into with divine flow in reverse. It's more of a no, I gotta make this happen. I gotta, I gotta step up. I gotta change and be different and try to see if this can work out in the future. So, anyways, this is what they're doing. They're just working on coming in with an offer, an offering, a proposal, different things that are going to be so sweet. And they're being very sweet. They definitely think that you are somebody really, really important to them. They want you to be open to receiving what they're offering, and that's why they are coming in this really loving, sweet, positive way. I think that they're also showing you things that they're being successful in, perhaps financially or things that they've worked on. I'm getting really masculine here. Like, is I don't know. It's kind of cool, right? I see the both of them. It's like masculine, feminine. They look kind of similar. Um, they want to show you that they're on your level. Like you guys are, you know, penguins for each other, like mates for each other. Like you guys are equals. You guys are on the same page. You guys are like meant to be together sort of thing. But they're not coming out to directly say that. They're just trying to butter you up. And I'm not saying that in a negative, manipulative type of way, but they're doing it because they want to offer you something. Okay. They don't necessarily want to come in super fast. There is an element of they are coming in fast, maybe with communication with Michael, you know, like in a way of communication, they're coming in fast. But when it comes to whatever it is that they're ultimately going to be offering you, that's something that they're trying to build up to and to sort of like show you first before making this offer. Like they want to show you that they're ready now, that it's time now. It's the second bloom now. They're waiting for that second bloom, like that second spark between you guys, right? So that's what I'm getting with them. They're definitely have this going on beneath the surface. Those are their intentions with you. And they're presenting it more as, sort of coming in sweet and loving and positive and supportive, and bringing joy to your life. I think they've been asking because now I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles, where it's like a give and take, of equal exchange. It's like maybe they had time to think, in your separation of the love maybe that you showed them, like this nurturing type of love, and now they want to reciprocate some of that back, and they want to make sure that it's it's abundance. Okay. With this Nine of Vessels, they want to make sure it's abundant and it's sweet, and it's like there's like a supply of it. I just heard supply chain. um, they're like they want to make sure that they're in a position where this isn't a one-time offering. Like they have a supply chain already set up to make sure that there could be an endless amount of this. So anyways, this is a really sweet reading. At the beginning, I kind of stumbled on my words. I didn't know what to say. I feel that that's something that you're going to experience. And with magic in reverse, may you flow with the divine. I don't know. I just find this to be so beautiful. This card, you could see the light on the water, um, and it's I don't know, it's in reverse. I don't have anything to say about it, but it just makes me smile. And it's definitely something positive, and it's something within them. They kind of want to show you, I don't want to say magic, but they want to show you that, you know, it's possible, right? With second bloom, new possibilities. Um, it's possible to change. It's possible to take time out. Um, it's possible for things to be different. Um, Maybe there was lack in your first round of this relationship or your prior rounds. Um, but with success and upgrades, I'm getting that now there is a lot more um, to offer, like maybe financially, maybe in terms of love and affection and emotions. Um, there's just more there. And this person definitely wants you to be around for the long haul. So they're working on their controlling nature. I think that they are a little bit controlling. It's a challenge for them. They're a little bit demanding. They like to be the boss, but that's being toned down, and that is the reading. They're coming in sweet. That's how they're presenting. But deep down, there is a lot of work that they've done, and they want to present you with things in due time. So that's your reading, group 4. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.